Hi, I'm McCord and welcome to The Real Deal on TheStir.com. Today we are discussing episodes of True Tori and 19 Kids and Counting, not only what we saw on TV this week, but also the gossip in the headlines. And we've got a little Real Housewives of Beverly Hills dish too. First, let's visit 19 Kids and Counting. Before we even get to this week's episode on television, we have to talk about the headlines. In the last few days, 20-year-old daughter Jessa Duggar was photographed holding a pink-trimmed semi-automatic rifle in a photo proudly posted on Facebook by her boyfriend, Ben Seawald. First of all, this gives me bigger hives than any Housewives reunion special. It's just 25 kinds of wrong. But my show is not about politics or gun control. I simply want to talk about the PR disaster part of this. The controversial Facebook snap, although it was taken last month, went viral this week in the wake of yet another school shooting. Horrible timing. And I can only imagine what's going on behind closed doors in the Duggar household this week. Although Jessa is 20 and legally an adult, she still lives at home. She's still under the direction of her parents. Patriarch Jim Bob issued a one-sentence statement. We support the Second Amendment. Okay, but what about the dog that didn't bark? What about what he did not say? He did not say, I support my daughter Jessa. He did not say, I support her right to own a gun. He didn't say any of that. I will bet that the Duggar family just wants this to go away. Not only did it happen the week of yet another school shooting, but they've also got a lot going on right now. Another of the Duggar daughters, Jill, is getting married next Saturday. And their show has been renewed for a 9th season. That is a guarantee that not only are the Duggar clan running around like a normal family with last-minute wedding details, but they will also be either in pre-production or already filming. Given that the show got a renewal, there is absolutely no way that TLC will miss filming this wedding. We all know weddings are ratings gold. So they already have their hair on fire with the daughter in a wedding and filming. Now they've got another daughter with a pink gun? Ouch. Moving on to this week 19 Kids and Counting episode, it was a combination lost footage and love letter to cousin Amy. Of the 2-hour block, the first hour was an official 19 Kids and Counting episode, and it was a montage of all the fun times they had with cousin Amy. Snowboarding, skydiving, kissing camels, going to Israel, you name it. All through the first hour, viewers were teased that Amy had a big announcement to make, which finally came in the last 5 minutes of the episode. She's moving to Nashville to try to become a country singer. Jim Bob cautioned her how hard it is to make it in the business, how easily dreams can be derailed. He doesn't want to see her wind up working in a restaurant, and he reminds her that his children look up to her and hopes that she will always continue to make decisions based on her relationship with the Lord. Exactly what you would expect Jim Bob to say. Then, hour number 2, Amy gets a 1-hour special. The second hour of programming was a standalone episode called A Duggar Leaves Home. Now, this could be a very interesting spin-off. And it rated really well. 1.7 million people watched Amy's special, which was actually more than the first hour of 19 Kids and Counting. This is only the second time there's been any sort of spin-off move for the Duggars. The first was back in 2012, a sort of ill-conceived United Bates of America. It only averaged 700,000 viewers. So already Amy's 1-hour special has gotten more than double the Bates. TLC have to be thrilled with that. Now, TLC are probably happier with Amy than Nashville is right now. While it could be a lot of fun to watch a season about Amy trying to make it, the fact that she's now been in Nashville for 6 months or 9 months, however long it's been, and we don't hear anything happening, that's a problem. She has so many extra advantages: a reality show, a producer, a network executive at her first open mic, lots of advantages and connections that most hopefuls don't have. Well, this is another dog that didn't bark. If you Google, Amy's not doing much. She's not even playing shows with a band. To me, it sounds like she's not hungry enough, or else something's just not working. Now, back to the episode. Her voice sounded very pretty, but we all know that's not enough. For me, it seemed like her voice, particularly when she was singing about love, it's like her voice wasn't connected to her body or her emotions. So I thought, would she have more passion in her performance if she switched to gospel? What do you think? Next, let's talk True Tori. I watched the lost footage episode this week with a friend who's been following the show all season, and we agreed on a lot of things. First up, the show is hard to watch. While I am not a Dean apologist by any means, I keep wondering, I fail to understand why he would sign up to be publicly slut-shamed by his wife. Tori crucified him all season. By the end of this week's episode, I was pathetically grateful to see a scene of Dean having a tea party with the kids. Finally, something good. My takeaways were this. First, Tori says she feels safer with cameras around, and that means she's been on reality TV too long. It's just weird. Second, she says that in an effort to please her husband, she performs sexual acts that, quote-unquote, nobody with tiny kids is doing. So don't you wonder what that is? I mean, what happened? Did they bring in a goat? I wonder two things about her statement. Number one, does she have a lot of sexual hang-ups? And number two, how can she speak for every other parent in the world? That was really arrogant and assuming of her. Because believe me, I know a lot of parents who are having a lot of sex. Next, Tori told Dean that his career makes her feel bad. So what's he going to do? Quit? And Tori told Dean that he made her father, Aaron Spelling's death all about Dean. How do you come back from any of this? She's killed him. Based on these bullet points, it seems now that Tori is the worst person in the world. And I found myself wondering, did Tori intentionally take a dive in the edit to bring Dean back a little bit and rehabilitate him because she looks worse? Was that an intentional decision with the producers? And if so, it was a smart one, because typically lost footage episodes are the lowest rated all season, so it had the fewest number of eyes on it. So, people, what do you think? Who came out the winner, Tori or Dean? They are pitching a vow renewal as their next series. Do you want to see that? Finally, last stop for today is the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, where a production insider revealed that Camille Grammer is finally off the show for good. No recurring guest star, no friend of the housewives, no cameos, no anything. Are you sad? Will you miss Camille? Let me know what you thought in the comments. For now, I am Alex McCord. You're watching The Real Deal on thestir.com. Please subscribe on YouTube, and I will see you tomorrow.